2026. Match number 1, South Africa vs Mexico. Date 12 June 2026. Time 1 am. Match number 2, South Korea vs Czechia. Date 12 June 2026. Time 8 am. Match number 3, Canada vs Bosnia. Date 13 June 2026. Time 1 am. Match number 4, USA vs Paraguay. Date 13 June 2026. Time 7 am. Match number 5, Qatar vs Switzerland. Date 14 June 2026. Time 1 am. Match number 6, Brazil vs Morocco. Date 14 June 2026. Time 4 am. Match number Haiti vs Scotland. Date 14 June 2026. Time 7 am. Match number 8, Australia vs Turkey. Date 14 June 2026. Time 10 am. Match number 9, Germany vs Curaçao. Date 14 June 2026. Time 11 pm. Match number 10, Netherlands vs Japan. Date 15 June 2026. Time 2 am. Match number 11, Ivory Coast vs Ecuador. Date 15 June 2026. Time 5 am. Match number 12, Sweden vs Tunisia. Date 15 June 2026. Time 8 am. Match number 13, Spain vs Cape Verde. Date 15 June 2026. Time 10 pm. Match number 14, Belgium vs Egypt. Date 16 June 2026. Time 1 am. Match number 15, Saudi Arabia vs Uruguay. Date 16 June 2026. Time 4 am. Match number 16, Iran vs New Zealand. Date 16 June 2026. Time 7 am. Match number 17, France vs Senegal. Date 17 June 2026. Time 1 am. Match number 18, Iraq vs Norway. Date 17 June 2026. Time 4 am. Match number 19, Argentina vs Algeria. Date 17 June 2026. Time 7 am. Match number 20, Australia vs Jordan. Date 17 June 2026. Time 10 am. Match number 21, Portugal vs DR Congo. Date 17 June 2026. Time 11 pm. Match number 12, England vs Croatia. Date 18 June 2026. Time 2 am. Match number 23, Ghana vs Panama. Date 18 June 2026 at 5 am. Match number 24, Uzbekistan vs Colombia. Date 18 June 2026. Time 8 am. Match number 25, South Africa vs Czechia. Date 18 June 2026. Time 11 pm. Match number 26, Switzerland vs Bosnia. Date 19 June 2026. Time 1 am. Match number 27, Canada vs Qatar. Date 19 June 2026. Time 4 am. Match number 28, Mexico vs South Africa. Date 19 June 2026. Time 7 am. Match number 29, USA vs Australia. Date 20 June 2026. Time 1 am. Match number 30, Scotland vs Morocco. Date 20 June 2026. Time 4 am. Match number 31, Brazil vs Haiti. Date 20 June 2026. Time 6:30 am. Match number 32, Turkey vs Paraguay. Date 20 June 2026. Time 9 am. Match number 33, Netherlands vs Sweden. Date 20 June 2026. Time 11 pm. Match number 34, Germany vs Ivory Coast, date 21st June 2026, time 2 am. Match number 35, Ecuador vs Curaçao, date 21st June 2026, time 6 am. Match number 37, Tunisia vs Japan, date 21st June 2026, time 10 am. Match number 38, Spain vs Saudi Arabia, date 21st June 2026, time 10 pm. Match number 39, Belgium vs Iran, date 22nd June 2026, time 1 am. Match number 40, Uruguay vs Cape Verde, date 22nd June 2026, time 4 am. Match number 41, New Zealand vs Egypt, date 22nd June 2026, time 7 am. Match number 42, Argentina vs Austria, date 22nd June 2026 at 11 pm. Match number France vs Iraq, date 23rd June 2026, time 3 am. Match number 44, Norway vs Senegal, date 23rd June 2026, time 6 am. Match number 45, Jordan vs Algeria, date 23rd June 2026, time 9 am. Match number 46, Portugal vs Uzbekistan, date 23rd June 2026 at 11 pm. Match number 47, England vs Ghana, date 24th June 2026, time 2 am. Match number 48, Panama vs Croatia, date 24th June 2026, time 5 am. Match number 49, Colombia vs DR Congo, date 24th June 2026, time 8 am. Match number 50, Switzerland vs Canada, date 25th June 2026 at 1 am. Match number 51, Bosnia vs Qatar, date 25th June 2026, time 1 am. Match number 52, Morocco vs Haiti, date 25th June 2026, time 4 am. Match number 53, Brazil vs Scotland, date 25th June 2026, time 4 am. Match number 54, South Korea vs South Africa, date 25th June 2026, time 7 am. Match number 55, Mexico vs Czechia, date 25th June 2026, time 7 am. Match number 56, Ivory Coast vs Curaçao, date 26 June 2026, time 2 am. Match number 57, Germany vs Ecuador, date 26 June 2026, time 2 am. Match number 58, Netherlands vs Tunisia, date 26 June 2026, time 5 am. Match number 59, Japan vs Sweden, date 26 June 2026, time 5 am. Match number 60, Australia vs Paraguay, date 26 June 2026, time 8 am. Match number 61, Norway vs France, date 27 June 2026, time 1 am. Match number 62, Senegal vs Iraq, date 27 June 2026, time 1 am. Match number 63, Cape Verde vs Saudi Arabia, date 27 June 2026, time 6 am. Match number 64, Spain vs Uruguay, date 27 June 2026, time 6 am. Match number 65, New Zealand vs Belgium, date 27 June 2026, time 9 am. Match number 66, Egypt vs Iraq, date 27 June 2026, time 9 am. Match number 67, Panama vs England, date 28 June 2026, time 3 am. Match number 68, Croatia vs Ghana, date 28 June 2026, time 3 am. Match number 69, Colombia vs Portugal, date 28 June 2026, time 5:30 am. Match number 70, Uzbekistan vs DR Congo, date 28 June 2026, time 5:30 am. Match number 71, Algeria vs Austria, date 28 June 2026, time 8 am. Match number 72, Jordan vs Argentina, date 28 June 2026, time 8 am.